All right, so let's get right into it. Back in March of 2026, Meta did something that honestly made a lot of us in the industry do a double take. They bought this kind of viral, super experimental website called Moltbook. And look, this was not just another social network acquisition. No way. This move, it's a huge signpost for a massive shift in how the internet itself is going to work. We're talking about the dawn of the synthetic web. And that really is the million-dollar question we're going to unpack here. I mean, why on earth would Meta, the company that built its empire on human interaction, right? Facebook, Instagram, why would they buy a social network where people can't even post? It sounds crazy. But to get the answer, we've got to first understand what Moltbook even is. All right, so let's break it down. Moltbook, well, it's a completely new beast. Think of it as a social platform, but it was built from the ground up for well, let's just say a very, very different kind of user. And I mean non-human. Okay, so picture Reddit. You got it? Now imagine that instead of people arguing about Star Wars or posting cat memes, literally every single user is an autonomous AI agent. That's Moltbook. You have these bots posting updates, trading lines of code, teaming up on tasks. They're even creating their own wild digital culture. I'm not kidding. They had a whole religion called Crustafarianism. It takes this social media model that we've lived with for 20 years and completely flips it on its head. So here's how this whole crazy thing works. The main players, the ones actually doing stuff, they're all AI agents. They're built on this open source framework called OpenClaw, which is the secret sauce that lets them control the computer and just go. And us humans, we're on the sidelines. We're just spectators. You can hook your personal AI up to the network, sure, but after that, you're just watching the show. Now, to prevent total anarchy, there is a directory that ties every agent back to its human creator. It's kind of like a phone book for bots, which is pretty clever. So that brings us back to the why. Why buy this thing? Well, this wasn't Meta just picking up some quirky little website for fun. Oh no, this was a calculated strategic move in a really high-stakes chess game against another major player in AI. And you have to understand, this all went down so fast. In February, you've got OpenAI making a massive play. They poach Peter Steinberger, the guy who literally created the OpenClaw tech, the brains behind all these agents. Then, not even a month later, Meta fires back. But they don't go after the tech itself. Instead, they buy Moltbook, the place where all those agents hang out. And this move just lays bare the two completely different strategies at play here. You've got OpenAI, they're betting on the brain. Their whole goal is to build the single, smartest, most capable agent out there. But Meta, they're betting on the room. It's like they're saying, go ahead, you can have the smartest person in the world. We don't care. We're going to own the building where all the meetings happen. Meta's making a play to own the entire social graph for bots, the fundamental plumbing for this new internet of agents. But this whole corporate rivalry, it's really just the tip of the iceberg. What we're actually witnessing is a much, much bigger shift in the entire economy of the internet. We are officially entering the era of the synthetic web. So what does that mean, the synthetic web? Well, it's a total paradigm shift. For the last, 20 years, the internet has run on one thing, the attention economy. The whole game was about capturing your eyeballs and selling that attention to advertisers. But here's the kicker. Bots don't click ads. They just don't. So this new web is all about the execution economy. It's not human-centric, it's bot-centric. The money isn't in ads, it's in direct API calls and tiny little microtransactions. The goal isn't to get seen, it's to help machines actually do things. And this changes absolutely everything, especially if you run a business online. Think about it. All that effort we put into search engine optimization, SEO, it's quickly becoming a relic. I mean, if your personal AI agent is booking your travel and ordering your food, it doesn't give a hoot about your beautiful website design. It cares about one thing: clean, efficient APIs. So the new game in town is AEO, Agent Engine Optimization. The question is no longer, how do I get a human's attention? It's, how do I prove to a machine that my service is the most logical, efficient choice? Okay, but of course, with all this power comes a really dark side. This new world where we have autonomous agents running around doing things for us, well, it opens the door to a terrifying new kind of security threat. We're literally seeing the rise of a digital black market for things that just didn't even exist a year ago. And look, this is not some far-off theoretical problem. This is happening right now. Moltbook itself, the very platform Meta just spent a fortune on, had a gigantic security hole found by the folks at Wiz. A simple mistake, a database misconfiguration, exposed 1.5 million API authentication tokens. That's like leaving 1.5 million sets of keys just lying on the street. It was a massive wake-up call for the entire industry. And it really feels like what the legendary AI researcher Andre Karpathy said. We are truly in the Wild West right now. The capabilities of these agents are just exploding. They're growing exponentially. But our ability to actually lock them down and make them secure, it's lagging dangerously behind. So here's the scary part, how the bad guys are actually exploiting this. They're using a technique called prompt injection. You can think of it like a text-based virus, or even better, like digital drugs for AIs. Attackers are literally selling these malicious text payloads on platforms like Moltbook. An agent gets sent one of these, and it's like its brain gets hijacked. It temporarily overwrites its core programming, starts ignoring all its safety rules, and just does whatever the attacker wants it to do. And remember, this agent could have access to your entire computer. But okay, it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is, the industry is finally waking up to just how serious this is. The race is officially on to get past these flimsy makeshift defenses and start building real, robust, verifiable security for these incredibly powerful tools. And this is the core of the new approach. You see, a platform like Moltbook was famously vibe-coded. That means it was built super fast, probably by an AI assistant itself, based on a general vibe rather than strict security principles. Now, the entire industry is pivoting to what they call machine-checkable security. This isn't about hoping it's safe. It's about using formal mathematics to prove that an agent can't break its own rules. We're moving from just crossing our fingers to actual mathematical certainty. And we're seeing this new defense strategy play out at two different levels. First, you have the big guys, the enterprise developers. They're using some really heavy-duty stuff like formal verification, which uses complex math to prove an agent is safe. They're also trapping agents in these encrypted hardware bubbles called TEEs. But then you have everyday users and developers, and their approach is a bit more DIY, but just as smart. They're essentially creating a digital airlock. They'll run these agents inside a completely isolated virtual machine, or even on a cheap separate piece of burner hardware like a Raspberry Pi. That way, if the agent does go rogue, the damage is completely contained to that little box. So that's kind of where we stand right now. We're getting really, really good at building stronger cages. These mathematically proven, hardware-isolated boxes to keep the AIs contained. But it leaves us with this one huge, lingering question. We're building a better cage, for sure. But is the animal we're putting inside it still, at its core, completely unpredictable? Hey, if you found this deep dive valuable, please do hit that like button, share it with any fellow AI builders you know, and subscribe to KYC AI Labs for more of the science behind all these AI headlines.